Hey, Jenny here. I've just had so many questions about how I record my covers. I thought I might as well show you. So my setup is really basic. It's just what I can afford, really. I have a seat to sit on. I have a backdrop, which is just like half of a wall, and my set of drawers. And then I'm using a chair to put my laptop on so I can do recording. Also, Scarlett Focusrite and a Scarlett Focusrite microphone there. They came together in a package, which I highly recommend. I will just point out, I do record into Logic using the Scarlett microphone. I never really have it in frame. I try and keep it away, but I also quite like the sound of the room. That's kind of why I have it there. I don't want it to look super processed. And the thing is, it isn't. I've got one mic for my guitar and vocal. The camera typically sits just on top of there. And then I have my instruments, plus any outfits I wish to change into. I'm hoping I can fool you, but I probably haven't. I batch film my content because I'm a busy person and I don't actually have time to sit down and film these every day and do my makeup and do my hair. I still work full time, not to mention everything that I do as an artist outside of YouTube or my content. So I batch film my content. I just changed my shirt between a couple of takes. Like, it's very basic setup. Just an extra side note is because this Taylor Swift challenge, she has just under 300 songs. That's a lot of songs. To achieve it within a year, I have to post at least one cover of hers every single day until like mid 2026. I learn 7 songs a week. They're not always perfect. I wish they could be. It depends on how much time I have in the week, and not all of her songs fit my range. I do what I can. I'm still learning as I go. I do feel like I'm improving as a singer, as an artist. I actually learned how to write songs by copying Taylor Swift songs when I was like 10. I'm always filming in slippers because my feet get cold, and honestly so does this room. So when I'm just wearing a t-shirt, it gets pretty chilly. That is where the camera setup is. And I've not memorized all the songs because, like I said, I learned 7 of them in a week, which is just a lot. So I record straight into Logic X Pro. You can see I've just got all of my tracks there that I'm going to be filming today. Now I cheat with my EQ because there are little presets, and I just go through and I'm like, yeah, this one sounds like a warm vocal. If it doesn't sound right, I'll just try a different one. And then I add some compression, some reverb, maybe a limiter if I'm belting the house down. That's pretty much the process. I am just using the light from my window. I'm gonna try and do all of these within an hour. I try to do them in one take, but realistically, I'm a recovering perfectionist and that doesn't end up happening like ever. So I'm just going to press record on the first song that I'm doing, and then what I'm going to do is to line up the audio and visual, I'm going to do a clap, and then I turn on to my words, which I probably don't need for this song, but anyway, I turn on to the words just in case, and then I start. This is stay, stay, stay. I think the worst thing is I still get nervous in front of the camera. Probably worse than I do when I'm actually performing in front of people. So sometimes if I look like I'm nervous, it's because I just am. Stay, 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 stay. I've been loving you for quite some time. You think that it's funny when I got sidetracked because it was a cute black cat walking in my neighbor's yard. Okay, I thought of some extra things to say, and now I forgot what they were because I was mid-singing. Oh, it'll come back to me. Maybe I'll put it in the comments if I remember later. Now I'm just going to turn off the camera for a little bit while I listen to that audio back, just in case I want to redo it and I only have one battery for my camera and I don't want it to run out. As a recovering perfectionist, I think looking at Taylor Swift is a great example because she's not always like the most flawless vocal. I really appreciate that human aspect to her. This is the first costume change, which is literally just I took off my jumper. That is all. I've spent so many takes on this song. I have 8 songs to record today. I'm gonna run out of battery. So, chop time. I hung up the phone tonight. As you can see, my costume change is just sticking dungarees over the same shirt. Daylight is leaving, so it is crunch time. I think he knows his I was actually right. Okay. I think he knows his footprints on the sidewalk. I gotta tell him I think he knows. And my brain's immediately going, you know I adore you, I'm crazy for you. Okay, tragically, despite my best aims to beat the sun, I have failed. So I'm using my ring light because I missed the sun. And I still have 4 songs left to record. So I load my video and the audio into my iMovie session, and then I just go through and line up the claps. So you can see here, this is a peak in the audio and in here. So that is where I clap. So I just line that up and then it's going to sound really good. Now I don't entirely remove the audio from the video because otherwise it makes it look like it's not actually in the room. So I keep about 2 to 5% in the video just so it sounds like it's meant to be in that space, which it is. And then I go through and I chop out the intro and the outro where I like turn on off the camera, and I just add in some transitions. So I just go fade to black, stick that in the front and the end, and then I add a title, which I've kind of decided that this one here is sort of just the one, and I go through and put in Jenny Smith and then the name of the song. That's it, and then just export the video. And then my next job is to make a short of that video. So I go through and I listen to the whole thing and I wonder, what's the best part? What's the best part of the song? What's the best vocal in this one? Usually it's the vocal that I focus on, but it also might be like, what's the best performance? And then I just chop it out. I'll be like, this bit's the best, so that's the bit, and I just delete the rest. That'll be the 30 seconds that I post onto shorts and my short form social media content. So that's the process. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you found it entertaining, insightful, and useful. If you watch this video because you're starting your own channel, then congrats, that's amazing. And I look forward to hopefully seeing your content pop up around the place. Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you've got any ideas on how I could improve my setup, like if you've got some tips and tricks, I would love to hear them. So please pop them down in the comments or just say hi, and I'll see you in the next video.